Welcome to Synthetic Oil Protection. I am your host Eben, and today is another exciting cold flow test at negative 50 degrees Celsius below zero. We got our AMSOIL low toxicity biodegradable coolant. This right here is a concentrate. This is really good because it won't hurt animals, and it's also biodegradable. It's a very nice element to it. It also meets and exceeds all the 18-wheeler specifications, PACCAR, Cummins, John Deere, and tons of the other large truck specifications. This one, same thing. This is a concentrate, but it doesn't say it meets all the specifications. So here we go. This is our temps. Got negative 44. We got negative 44. Here we go. Let's see what we got. We got nothing. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Hey, and if you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe. Just wanted to quick show you what these look like top down. So the AMSOIL is a little clearer. It's not quite as dark, and it just looks different. So I just wanted to show you those two up close on how they look. It is slushy time. Let's do it. Negative 35. Negative 35. All right, we'll be back in 5 minutes. Slushy time. Here we go. Back after another 5 minutes. Negative 31. Negative 33. Here we go. Let's do it. Looks like we'll be back in another 5 minutes. Slushy time. We're back after 5 minutes. Woo! 29. 30. See. Yep, starting to break loose. There's that slushy. Well, let's see what they're like. Let's see. I'm going to give you an idea of what it looks like here. Negative 28, negative 29. Let's see what we got. Wow. All right. So it's like a slushy. Let's see. Wow, this one's a lot softer. So everything that's said on the bottle, this one is good for a few degrees cooler, but you can mix them to wherever ratio you want. So we'll give them a little mix. Like that. Give this a little mix. This is definitely a lot thicker. All right, we're back after another 5 minutes. Let's see if we can get a pour out of this thing. Let's see what we got. Negative 26. Negative 22. See what we got. Slushy time. There goes the slushy. Give it a little help. Help, help, help. Hey, if you enjoyed this content, definitely give it a thumbs up. Share this video with a friend that's new to taking care of their car. So I wanted to mention the differences. This one's pet-friendly, biodegradable, meets and exceeds all the specs for the 18-wheelers, and it's good for a really long time. The other thing is it's good to 50-50, negative 26 degrees Fahrenheit, 50-50, negative 34. So this is a little bit stronger when it comes to cold protection, but the great thing, these are concentrates. You can mix them to any ratio you want. So next time we're going to mix this at 60%. So we're going to be mixing it at 60, which will be negative 59 Fahrenheit, and 60 will be negative 62. So we're going to do that next time. It's time for the behind the scenes footage. We got the AMSOIL low toxicity biodegradable coolant. Now this is good for the long life formulation. Excuse me, my tongue covered my eye tooth and I couldn't see what I was saying. But yeah, this is good for 1 million miles, 8 years, and that's on your heavy duty trucks, over the road trucks. So you'll see this meets and exceeds all the big boy specifications. Your Cummins, Packard, all your big Mercedes-Benz, Peterbilt, all your super heavy duty specs. And that's what makes it so great. And at 50-50, it's good to negative 28.6 degrees Fahrenheit. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to give you an up close crack here. Nice fresh bottle. And I call this the liquid gold. And the reason I like it so much is you can mix it to the concentrate you want. Just pop her in here. And the other thing is it's pet friendly and also biodegradable. So really, really good as far as animals. Regular coolant can really, really hurt animals. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put in our ½ liter. Oh, look at how beautiful and clean that is. Oh, it's gorgeous. So we're going to get to our ½ liter right there. Now our peak coolant was, where is it here? Peak, I think peak's at the top. I think only 17 bucks. So the peak coolant is quite a bit less money, but it's not the same. So the really good thing about the AMSOIL is it's low toxicity, won't hurt animals, and it doesn't have this horrible smell to it. So I'll give you the up close crack here. Give you the boom shaboom. And we got a little seal on the top. Go ahead and pop her in, just like that. Now we'll put our ½ of a liter. Looks similar, but it's not, you can tell it's not quite the same. Yeah, it should be real close. Let's take a look, a little tidge more. And a little tidge more. And there we are. Now what we do is we use our distilled water. Now the reason you use distilled water is because it has no particles, there's no metals, no calcium. Now what makes the AMSOIL so great is it's got some really good anti-scaling additives. And what can also happen too, especially on an 18-wheeler, which this meets and exceeds all the 18-wheeler specs, this one, it doesn't say anything about 18-wheelers. So I'm not seeing any specifications that it meets on there. So I don't know if it's good or not. I truly don't know. But what makes this such a big deal is you won't have pitting on the aluminum inside an 18-wheeler. It can actually get cavities around the cylinders where all this aluminum, metal, and all that can actually occur. So that's what makes this so great. And now we're just going to add our other 50% distilled water. Now what I like about concentrates is you can mix it to the ratio you want for your application. So let's just say you're doing in a hotter weather like Las Vegas. I personally run in my car, which we'll put the video up here in the corner. You can check it out. When I switched over my SL550 to the AMSOIL in the coolant and the intercooler fluid, which on turbo cars, a lot of the turbo cars now have intercooler fluid. And that actually cools the turbos. It can cool a lot of other components, intercoolers, all different stuff like that. But let's go ahead and mix it in. So we'll give it a good mix. Wow, this is really interesting to see it mix the way it looks. I'm going to give you a close-up of the way they look in a second. And there's our 1,000 mil, and here we go. This one looks a little foggier. I think it's a little bit, looks more milky. Let's take a look. And there we are. Now for the close-up. Close-up of what they look like. And I'll give you an over the top view. This one looks a little bit clearer. I don't know if it's because it just needs to settle, but that's what I'm seeing. It looks like they both mixed really well, but this one just looks clearer. All right. I mentioned this coolant is basically good for every type of vehicle. Now, obviously, if you're running something that takes like Eben's Cool or a waterless coolant, obviously you can't mix this with water or something like that in a vehicle that is designed for no water. So then you couldn't run this, but basically every type of vehicle. So we put this in my Corvette, we put this in diesel trucks. We have a whole playlist on all the AMSOIL coolant changes we've done right up here in the corner, so check that out. And now we're going in at negative 50 degrees Celsius, below zero in our cryogenic freezer. And woo, here we go. Let's do it. Wow, that's really a lot clearer than that one. So it's going to be cool to see the way these end up. So these are going in. And we'll let those get the temperature. Oh, and I wanted to mention, if you have a regular car with OEM coolant, I recommend changing that out at about 3 years, 36,000 miles. You can get a lot of buildup really quick, which we've done on a Honda video. You'll see that up here in the corner, Vladimir's Honda Civic. So the Honda coolant is really rough coolant, and you can get a lot of buildup in calcium really quick. So I want you to check that video out, and you'll see the whole process. It's very easy to change your coolant. But I do recommend getting the OEM coolant out of your car at 3 years or 36,000 miles. Something like this is going to last a lot longer. Oh, and I also wanted to mention, for everyone that's back east where it's super cold up in Canada, definitely you want to run the Dominator Coolant Boost. This helps your car warm up to 54% quicker, and all you do is add it right into your coolant. You can add it into your OEM coolant or the AMSOIL, both will work. And this will help your car warm up so much quicker. Your heater core will work better, you won't be as cold, and you're gonna get off idle up a lot faster so you don't have as much fuel contamination going into your motor oil, because you're not gonna be on running rich on idle up. So I highly recommend this for the cold right now. The other one, the Mudslinger. This right here is a proprietary protectant for wheel wells, plastics. Doesn't allow mud, dirt, snow, cinders to stick inside your wheel well, mud flaps. I highly recommend this if you're where it's snowing right now. This right here is a game changer. Oh, and I wanted to mention, if you wanted to support the channel or try the AMSOIL products, my personal link is right down in the description section below. If you're on a laptop or a desktop, click show more. If you're on a smartphone, you'll see this little teeny weeny reverse down arrow. Click that reverse down arrow. You'll see all my links, and you'll be able to read the whole technical data bulletin on this, specifically how this is such a great coolant. And like I mentioned, we have all those videos on there. Now, when you use my link, I'll be your AMSOIL dealer, so I can always answer all your questions on the products. If you ever have any questions in the future, personally, you can always reach out to me. So that's one of the benefits. And this is what I do about 70 hours a week right here on Synthetic Oil Protection. This is all we do. And we've been making a huge change. This year is great, so Happy New Year. And we're going to be giving back even more, making better improvements, and stepping things up, the quality of the content. So speaking of quality of content, I want you to check out all the old coolant changes we've done here. Tons of vehicles, diesel trucks, cars. Check out some more cold flow tests over here, and we will see you back next time right here on Synthetic Oil Protection. Cheers to protection, protection, protection.